As there are calls on Rishi Sunak to stop Suella Braverman speaking at the National Conservatism Conference in Brussels this week, so too I'm sure there are plenty of people longing for Liz Truss not to be publishing her book. Among other things in her book is the revelation that her husband had urged her not to stand and had said it would end in tears, though he agreed that it was the right time to stand when Boris Johnson stood down. And her campaign, her parliamentary, her constituency office said, well, it would be better if she came second. Well, she did in the vote in Parliament. It was just the local the local constituent members of the Conservative Party all voted for her. And the madness that she then went on to inflict on our country, the results of which we're still suffering. The same could really be said for Suella Braverman, the madness she inflicted, the results of which we are still suffering. It's the job, I think, of politicians to solve problems, not to create them. And so those politicians who create problems are both fascinating and you want to find out why they did what they did. So rather than simply muting them, you actually want them to talk. You want to hear what they've got to say. But the idea that in both these cases, Suella and Liz Truss both think they were right and both continue to harp on about their extraordinary ideas and their legacy. Their legacy, in both cases, is a legacy of failure. Let's be clear about that. And as we look across to Australia and the dismal stories of knifings in Australia, whipping up an ideology and whipping up fury and nastiness is not the solution to peace. We need our politicians to be setting an example of caution and calm rather than sort of striking a match and watching all the security burn. And when you look back at the history of our most recent parliamentary season, of the period from Cameron to Johnson to Theresa May to Liz Truss to Rishi Sunak, it's a catalogue of ideology over sense, and nothing is secure and nothing is safe. I don't think it's about a choice between the Labour Party or the Conservative Party, because at the same sort of time we had ideology sprawling around in the Labour Party as well. And even now, Keir Starmer's wife was stopped from getting back into her home by protesters who were concerned that she's Jewish. Well, so what? Again, the ideology and the smearing and the inability to see that there are people behind all these words. This is the fundamental problem. The torch paper is lit by a politician, and those around them suffer from the fallout from the burning, and that can have a huge impact in the surrounding area. Now, I don't think we're at the end of this cycle at all, and I don't think a change of government is going to change the mood significantly. We've got to a point where we don't trust our politicians, and we're looking for excuses to bring them down. And that's sad because it's a reflection on the health of our political system.